Just off the coast of Seattle lies my next stop. Another island proud of its independent spirit. Vashon Island. Vashon can only be reached by ferry, and most islanders prefer it that way. They like having a natural barrier to mainland America. Like much of the west coast, Vashon was settled by colonists in the 19th century, drawn to its fertile soil and rich woodlands. My guide here is local entrepreneur Susie Gress. Susie spent many a happy summer here as a child and now lives full-time on the island.
So your mum lived here and you used to come and stay with her?
Yeah, growing up here I thought, oh, big deal, lots of trees, but now I realize what a special place it is.
Really?
It's so beautiful. When you've been to Seattle and fighting traffic, crowded streets, as soon as you hit the ferry dock, all of a sudden you smell the salt air and all your cares drop off your shoulders. It's one reason I would never leave.
Just like the island's original settlers, Susie runs a farm tucked away amid the forest. But there's rather more to her than meets the eye.
Come on up and see the barn, Martin.
Wow.
Welcome to where the magic happens, Martin. What do you think?
When you said you had a farm, I sort of imagined fields and things like this. Not. Oh my goodness. Oh my word.
Susie runs Vashon Velvet,
It's extraordinary.
a business growing cannabis on an industrial scale.
Oh wow, look at the colours. That's not the lights, is it?
No.
It is that colour.
It is. This is called blueberry sapphire. Looks like autumn, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Back home, growing this much weed would see you put behind bars. But here in Washington state, cannabis was legalized in 2012, making it one of the very first places in the US where you're allowed to get high.
This is Rude Boy, one of our new
Rude Boy.
strains, right?
Each cannabis plant contains over 500 different chemicals, and Susie's developed distinct strains, each with their own special characteristics.
What sort's this?
This is our Canasutra, Martin, that I think you'll really enjoy. Tends to be very sexually arousing. So can I pack some up for you to take home?
What are you suggesting?
Come and see Acapulco Gold. I think you'll like this one.
But be warned though, some of her plants can be
wow.
mind-boggling.
It has such a crazy high, it's almost like LSD.
Oh, is it?
Take a whiff. I love that smell. It smells like a gas station in the middle of a lemon grove.
I'm getting a bit of lemon.
Are you getting the diesel?
I'm not quite getting the diesel. I'm not there yet.
You're gonna wear out my plants.
Sorry. Sorry, mate. Well, how did you get going with this? Why?
My husband had died, and when that happens, it kind of pulls the rug out from under you. You know, all the plans that we had for retirement go up in smoke, and I realized I had to start a new life. The state came out with its rules for how to get a license to grow marijuana, and I thought, I like gardening, and what the heck? I think I'll try it, see how it goes. And I've been happier than I've ever been in my life.
Wow.
Looking for work in your off time? We could use another trimmer.
Oh, really?
More than half of US states now allow marijuana's medicinal use, though most still regard its recreational use as a crime, classifying it as an addictive, dangerous drug. But here on Vashon, 3 out of 4 islanders backed a more liberal approach. As long as you're 21, you can buy cannabis openly. Susie sells much of hers at a state-licensed store on Vashon's High Street.
I'm getting a whiff now.
Even though it's packaged, it comes through.
Wow.
I never imagined that cannabis could be sold in so many forms. From traditional joints to skincare, cannabis cookies to soft drinks.
What tickles your fancy? We have hard candy, soft candy.
It's just everything.
It's really amazing how normal it is to walk into a store like this that a few years ago you would have been in jail for.
And for some customers, this store is changing lives. Ashley suffers from severe back pain after a car accident.
I'm not from here. I was living on the East Coast. I'm
And where
basically
you
a
were-
medical refugee.
Oh, you are? You literally,
Yeah.
because it wasn't legal where you
Yeah,
were.
it wasn't legal. It was not legal in Georgia. I deal with chronic pain on a daily basis, so cannabis is my lifesaver.
Well, you hear this over and over again that it's a brilliant painkiller, is it? And
Yeah.
it's not making you stoned.
It's not making me stoned at all.
At all?
I can function normally. I have 2 kids, and they don't notice, really, other than I'm happier.
Because I've heard people talk about smoking too much cannabis and getting sort of paranoid and getting into, and you don't get any of that.
Yeah, sometimes people get paranoid, but I don't have that problem myself,
Well,
and
you're
I
not
smoke
smoking?
quite a bit.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I smoke quite a bit, yeah.
Memory loss?
No.
And what about memory loss?
I don't have any problems there.
Last year, Washington State took over $300 million in tax from cannabis stores like this one. More than it earns from alcohol. Those figures are extraordinary, and the sheer number of customers has taken me by surprise. The pot business may divide opinion, but in this land of opportunity, cannabis has become a multi-billion-dollar industry. The hippie dream has always burned bright along America's west coast. And everything feels pretty chilled out here on Vashon. While not everyone approves of the island's cannabis culture, so long as it's regulated and policed properly, it's probably not going to go away.